Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I'm Rhonda, and you're watching Keeping It Real Country Cooking. It is a little after lunch on a Wednesday, and it is rainy and chilly in North Carolina. Where are you at, and what is the weather like where you're at? Let me know in the comments. Um, Today, I'm going to start my dinner early because I got some things I need to do. And I'm going to make some pasta. Some egg noodles. I'm going to make some chicken noodle soup. I need something comforting and something that's a little gentle on my stomach. So that's what I'm making, and I wanted to share that with you guys. It's easy to do, so don't think you can't do it because it's simple, okay? Just get in the kitchen and do it, and I'm sure what you make is going to be edible, okay? I have a recipe here. The last time I made pasta, guys, I made it with 00 flour. And today, I'm going to be using all-purpose flour. And let me tell you about my ingredients. So what you're going to need is 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 large eggs, 6 tablespoons of water, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, I always add just a little bit of olive oil in my dough because I like the flavor and I think it gives it better texture. So let me get my salt, and I've got everything else ready, and I'll be right back. First of all, you want your eggs room temperature, and if they're not, I stick mine in a bowl of warm water, and that'll get them room temperature pretty quick, okay? So let's get started here. All right. Okay. So I've got 2.5 cups of my all-purpose flour. I'm going to start off at a little at a time, okay? And build it up. And if it breaks, it ain't no big deal. It'll work itself out. You can do this in a food processor also. I just like doing it by hand because I think it's pretty fun. Oh, I forgot. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me put that salt in there. And it'll all incorporate. I know that looks like a lot of salt for that, but I've got more flour I'm going to add, okay? So don't think that that's going to be it. And you want a fork, and if you got a bench scraper, that would be cool. And then you want to make your little well. And if it breaks, and mine usually does, it's okay. It really is. Okay. Now, I'm going to try, let me get a paper towel and wipe this egg off. It's wet. Okay. Let me get my water. I don't mean to block the camera, y'all. I gotta get my tablespoon. Okay. Now, I'm going to crack 1 egg right here. All right. Then I'm going to drop just a little bit of olive oil. You don't have to have much, just a little bit. About a teaspoon. And you want to just scramble that egg up. And look, this is therapeutic, y'all. Try it. It's really fun. And it's much more delicious than the bought pasta. And it's less expensive, I think, because you can freeze this pasta, lay it on a sheet pan with some parchment paper, and you can absolutely freeze this. Yes, you can. I think it's fun. Just get in the kitchen and make it. And we'll just dump it all out there. Okay. Just kind of build your wall. And you don't have to do it like this. You can just mix it all up in a bowl or the food processor. I just like to do it this way because I like the way it'll hydrate your dough. Okay, you got to have 6 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to start off with 2 right now. And then I'm going to mix, and then I'm going to add another egg in a few minutes. Pull a little bit of flour in there and just stir it. And you can add any kind of spices you want, you know. If you want garlic powder or onion, whatever you want. Okay. I'm going to add another egg. These eggs are absolutely room temperature now. Now, like I said, you don't want to do it this way, just put it all in your food processor and just mix all of it up together until it forms a ball, and then knead it until it's smooth. And that's all you have to do. Let me add some more water. My allergies, I'm sorry, y'all. I tell you, I don't know what's going on with them. And sometimes you might have to add a little extra water. Remember, we talked about flour. You know, it does different things on different days. I'm sorry. All right, let's add our last egg. And there's a lot of different pasta recipes. You don't have to use 3 eggs, but we are making egg noodles. And there's a lot of different kind of recipes you can make egg noodles with. I just like doing it this way. This is like the old-fashioned way. just add our last bit of water, hopefully. And like I said, you might have to add more. And then you just want to get this incorporated. And we may have to add a little bit more water. Take away a little bit of that flour. I think I need all that. Okay. Because I did add some extra flour in there, y'all. And don't add water too quickly. If you think you need extra, try to get the dough together before you add any extra water. You'll know by the feel of it when you make it more than a couple of times. And then you want to start kneading it. And you just want to get your flour your little surface here. And then just knead it. And you want to knead it until it's smooth and not sticky. And try not to use a heck of a lot of flour, you know, unless you really have to, because you don't want it to be too dry. And it's pretty sticky. And it helps sometimes to just use your bench scraper to pick it up, and that way it's not as sticky on your hands. And it doesn't take long. And it's so delicious, y'all. Make you some pasta. I'm going to try to do this without getting out my mixer, because I wanted to show you that you can do it without using a pasta machine. You just have to roll it out thin. And it can be done, because not everybody's got pasta machines, you know. I wouldn't have had one if it hadn't been bought for me. And you can get those that clip on your counter, that they're not that expensive. Okay. And after you get this kneaded, you want to put it in the refrigerator for a little while and chill it. Let it rest. And you want to do this until it's kind of smooth and not sticky. And it's almost there, y'all. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, y'all, it took about 8 minutes. See how smooth that is? And it's it has elasticity. I'll get it in a minute. See? And it's not as sticky. Feels a little bit like Play-Doh. And you just want to knead it until it gets like that. Because you got to develop that gluten, and it gets all of that flour hydrated. See? There you go. All right, you want to get some plastic wrap. Okay. Put a little flour on it so it won't, stick to the plastic wrap. Alrighty. And wrap it up really good. And put it in the refrigerator. Probably, you can do it overnight, but you probably want to do it for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to get to sauteing our vegetables in a minute. Hey, so I've got some chicken breast. I think it's like 3. In some salted water that I'm going to cook. And I'm going to use this, the water that I'm cooking it in, I'm going to use that also. I'll probably have to strain it because you know how chicken does. It has this stuff that when you boil it, you have to usually strain it. Okay. All right, I'll be back, y'all.